Living the Pug Life show, brought to you by Pug Parties, because your pug deserves to be the best dressed pug at the party. Tonight, I am super excited to introduce our pawsome guests, Ivy and Lucy. Lucy is a one-of-a-kind puggy. Not only does she smile all the time, just have a look at her Insta-feed for proof, but she loves the beach and loves the water, which is very unpug-like. But she actually doesn't like mud all that much, so we'll have to ask about that one. This little cutie come into Ivy's life in a roundabout way. That means Lucy gets to keep her Grand Pug-mom as well as her Pug-mom Ivy. And wait to hear about Lucy's favourite foods, which I'm sure one of them is going to surprise you as much as it did I when Ivy shared it with me. So please join me in welcoming tonight's guests, Ivy and Lucy. Hello, here we go. They promised
Hello. Okay. Hi. This is Lucy.
Hello. And she's just looking, and I have to admit, Rosie's actually just decided to go asleep. So now I've got to know everyone, for everyone's benefit, the girls decided to twin tonight. So we've got the same dresses and the same necklaces on. Oh, here we go.
Hello.
Happy. Oh, no.
Hello.
Let's go. You can see yourself. That's okay, puppy.
Here you go.
You can see yourself. That's all right. So I'm going to say hello to Alison and Rachel and Kim. Thank you so much. They've all said to say hello back, which was very wonderful of you to see. And I'm just double checking. Oh, here we go. Are we right? I don't think Rosie's very happy about the fact that we woke her up.
Oh,
so she was having a bit of a good snooze, but I can see that Lucy is still very intent on herself. It's not too bad. Hey, it's not too bad, puppy. Hey, Rosie's wearing the dress I've had my eye on. No, Lucy is wearing a dress that you've had an eye on. Hello, Elvie, and hello to is it Gladvia? How do I say that name?
That's Gladys.
Gladys, okay.
Yes.
Welcome, Gladys. I did see your poster in the week. So thank you very much, Gladys. That was wonderful of you to share it around. I do appreciate it. Joanne Bride said black pugs are the best, but she's also right. She's very biased. I am going to say that much. Even though I did have my first two boys were black, so I can't say no to that. So and Lynn said to say hello, and lots of love from Gerald and Oscar. And so we've got Kim, who's also saying hello. And her cute little cutie Tonka, who I found. So people who don't obviously know Kim, but I discovered she managed to get married in between lockdowns in May. So she did a spectacular job. And that also meant that Tonka got to go and have a little stayover while she ducked off and got married. So done very, very well. Oh, and that was Kim also said to say hopefully the day was full of sunshine and puggy walks. Well, it was for me, and because lucky Ivy lives in Queensland, she gets to do it like with normal people and playgroups still on and all that wonderful stuff, even though I did get to do it. And who have we got? Maria is also saying hello hello very much. Hello very much. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Wonderful. And Rachel said she wants the dress. And yes, absolutely. Now that you can see that the lemon print dress definitely looks cuter on a little black puggy than a fawn puggy.
Here you go. I do have a secret.
Oh yes, the power of banana.
Here's the banana.
I have to. Nobody actually got. We were talking before the show started, and for those of us that obviously have not so dainty young ladies, Lucy did an exceptional job of managing to gob like a massive biteful very quickly. So she did very well. Right, Rosie's decided that she's down for a sleep. We've also got,
it's Christy.
Christy, okay, I will take that because I'm terrible at pronouncing names. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I really do appreciate you joining us, and welcome to your first Pug Life show, which is wonderful. So it looks like we've people are coming in, which is wonderful, but we'll get started. So I've got my first question because when we spoke on Wednesday night, Ivy, you told me all these wonderful stories about how Lucy come into your life, and it was a really roundabout way. So please tell us how you and Lucy met.
Yes, so I moved to Australia from New Zealand around about February 2019. I got a new job, so off I went. So I'm a registered nurse, and I always work in aged care, and it's such a, I'm very passionate about that one. And back in New Zealand, I used to foster cats, so I'm actually a cat lover. And so I moved to Australia, and then I felt like something's really missing, and I felt lonely, and I guess I was homesick. And so I think my colleagues also thought that, I always talk about my cats. So, there's Lucy. Off she goes.
Yes.
Like I've expected. So, so one time we have a new resident coming in to care. She has a pug, but she can no longer look after Lucy. So her family was looking for someone that can look after her. Then, I'm pretty sure everybody wants to look after Lucy, but it's just such a blessing in disguise. She's barking now. Such a blessing in disguise. Divine intervention, I would say. The family went to see my manager, and they were talking about, do you have anyone that will be able to look after Lucy, or we've got this pug and my mom's pug. And so my manager, bless her, shout out to Karen. She thought about me because I really love, I want to have a pet. So then she volunteered me, of course, without my knowledge. So she came to my office and she said, "Oh, Ivy, by the way, do you like to look after a pug?" Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, here you go. I've hooked you up with with one of the residents' family, and then that's good to go. And so I said, yeah, it's a big yes. I can't say no, can I? So she was such a huge blessing. Came at the very right time in my life, and so here she is. She's with me.
Currently not interested whatsoever in what's on the fact that the show is all about her. But
yeah,
that's what you get for divas. It's so. But it was incredible because you were saying to me that. And I have to admit, after I spoke to you on the other night, I went out. So when Winston, who was Charles's little brother, was rescued, he was 14 kilos. And Andrew and I, when we found, and he'd gone to puppy fat camp, and he was still on puppy camp when they come to live with us. And then you told me how much Lucy weighed.
Yes. So with no fault, or no one's fault, because Lucy has such a very unique way of asking for food. And then she is and she's got a very innocent look about her, and you can't really resist if she likes garlic bread and all those.
I know, that was like garlic bread of all things.
So she got really on the heavy side, and so she went to fat camp apparently, But that's before I got her. And when I got her, she was around about 11 kilos at that time, 10 to 11. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to stick to the diet and give her lots of walkies, and that's what she loves. And so we got her down to 8.5 at the moment. And it was really hard because she would really look at you like, you're starving. All those sorts. But we stick to our plan, and it was heartbreaking, but at least now, and she's very active, and I can't even keep up. We went for a walk this afternoon and we were running, and I can't keep up. I said, oh my God, I think I'm the one that's very unhealthy. And she goes with her zoomies and all. So,
yes.
Yeah.
So we actually have a question. So Alison wanted to know if Lucy still sees, now you call her previous owner her grandparent.
Yes, grandparent. I am very extremely lucky because we can get to visit the home, and during Christmases, during occasion, we dress as elves and Santa Paws, and then we say hi to nanas and the grandpas and the grandmas, and then we give our gifts, and we enjoy it. She is really, really good, and the residents love her so much. Unfortunately, with COVID, we can't really visit a lot of the times because of the restrictions. We're always on and off lockdown in aged care, unfortunately. But we're still, if when we're open, we still go and say hi to the grandmas and the grandpas, and she loves it like the best child ever. And funny, during morning tea or afternoon tea, all the residents would give her the scones. And I said, no, you can't. And then she said, oh, it's just one, Ivy. It's just one. She'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. And so off she goes. She's mopping the floor. So,
I'm
but
not
she's
surprised.
funny. Yeah.
Well, at least it's not garlic bread anymore.
No.
My dad used to feed my first pug, Fat Dog, who was called Fat Dog for a reason back in those days, raisin bread with melted butter on it. And I'd be like, look, Dad, you're going to kill him. And Fat Dog was like, don't care. And he would chomp onto that piece of toast. It was the fastest thing I ever seen him get hold of and sprint away with, and almost inhale. It's insane how quickly. He just knew that when Poppy was around, there was raisin toast to be had. So I had to ban raisin toast from the house. So just to stop him. Kim said, who needs a vacuum when you have a pug? Absolutely. And sometimes you need two. They're better than a goat, I swear. Absolutely.
No, I love her.
No, so it's so lovely. And so the other interesting thing is that Lucy actually loves water, which is such a non-pug thing.
I was actually surprised.
And she swims. So she has her own life jacket.
Yes.
And she swims. I'm amazed.
Yes, she has. I think I posted it in her Instagram, and she was she didn't have a life vest on when we went yesterday to the beach, but she was able to swim. So I was actually very surprised that she come to love water, because initially with baths and all, I can see that she will run away. But I was surprised when we went to Gold Coast. I thought that she will not. Well, we just tried if she would love it, and then I was surprised that she ran through the beach and then was catching the waves and the stones and digging the sand. So I was like, oh my God, is that our dog? is that Lucy? And by the time that we want to go home, she keeps on looking back at the beach, and it was really hard to pull her off because she really wants to come back and chase the leaves, the water. So I was actually very surprised. So we decided to, once a week or once every fortnight, we go visit the beach and get some of our favorite food on the way.
Well, why not? I do have, Mari does have a comment. Apparently Lucy is her alarm pug.
Yes, that's grandma. No, our other grandma, the other grandma in the house.
In the house, grandma. Very nice. I was going to say there was, apparently Tonka is a water pug as well, but apparently it's the garden hose. I'm jealous. Rosie, Charles, none of my pugs have liked water. Even getting their paws wet is
Oh,
Is
well,
just horrendous. But I was just actually, there was a comment that come up previously that I just had to say. So Lynn, who I actually I'm trying to remember. Lynn was episode 9, I think, with Gerald and Oscar, and she's a fellow Kiwi. And
ooh,
obviously, she wanted to tell you that she loves your T-shirt,
yes,
which is very
sushi, pug sushi.
Pug sushi, which is very nice. I was going to say somebody else. Oh, that's right. Alison said that apparently Miki can hear a crumb falling asleep while sleeping. So I'm impressed.
Same.
But yes, I haven't, mind you, I haven't, but I have to admit with Yindy and Mika at photo shoots, they can have as many treats as they like. So
Yes.
the it's probably the opposite in my house when they come over to visit. So it's amazing. So we're talking about treaties. So it seems to be that there are two things other than
Yep.
garlic bread, which I'm never going to get over. It just amazes me the taste buds that pugs have. But she obviously likes bananas, but there's one other treaty that she loves more.
Yes, and that is drum roll chicken nuggets. Oh, she looks at me. Who wants it? So we do a McDonald's run. Just after we climb hills and well, do some runs. So we do have an occasional treat like the chicken nuggets in McDonald's.
Very nice. Now, if I remember, Oscar and Gerald are also chicken nugget fans.
Oh,
But Gerald will also eat an entire roast chook, like from the shops, if he
chicken
can.
nuggets. Huh? Do you want chicken nuggets?
See
Chicken
the look
nuggets?
on her face.
Do you want to
Hey,
go have a
life's
chicken
tough.
nugget run?
Life is tough. Gerald's ears have perked up at the sound of chicken nuggets, so we're causing havoc.
Oh,
Not just for poor Lucy probably thinks that she's
chicken.
going to be denied now.
Oh, you
Oh,
already had it yesterday after the beach, the chicken
oh,
nuggets.
very
And
tasty, very tasty. So, the other thing, because obviously I follow you on Instagram, which is how I know that Lucy would have to be the happiest pug I've ever seen. I swear every photo has her smiling with these just beautiful sparkling eyes. But you took it camping. And we
yes,
did have
yes,
a couple
that's
of those photos in the opening video. So tell us how she went as a camper pug.
okay. So we went to camping in Burumba Deer Park, and it was funny because she loves it at the same time hates it because of the mud. So if you can see in the photo, she's just by the tent with her robe, and it was really cold that um camping time that we did, but she loves it. She was able to see some of the farm animals, probably first time that you've seen a pig and chooks and deer. So I was quite impressed that she was actually behaved, because when she's at home and she sees birds flying, she would bark her head off, or other animals, or the cat or neighbors just walks around, and then she would bark at them. So I was really impressed that she was actually well behaved and was just looking, and well, quite curious because she went near the goat, and then the goat went near her, and I thought like, oh my goodness, something's gonna happen, but no, she was really happy. And she loves the campfire because it's of the heat, I think.
Yeah.
And then it was near a creek too, so she loves it. Again, surprisingly, I thought that it was just one off in the beach, but she went to the creek and was um galloping like a horse in there. But she was really happy. I couldn't really imagine, I could not believe it. I always wanted a dog that is quite active as well
Mhm.
back home. And then and here she is.
She's
It was
so
amazing.
you hired a camper van.
Yes, so one time as well, we hired a camper van. We went to Bundaberg, Hervey Bay, and some of the coastal sites, Sunshine Coast, and that. And she behaved perfectly well. It was her first time. It was a long drive, so we have to have a few stops just for a potty and
Yeah.
waters and all that. But she was really really good. One time we were on a queue because we have to get some coffee and some food, and there was these two policemen who came to us, and then we're like, oh my god, did we do something wrong? But then then the policeman said, oh, I just wanna, can I say hi to your pug? I have a pug before, can I have a photo with her? Oh my, yeah, sure. So I was like, okay, she's more famous than me.
Yeah, I
No,
feel
she,
like that at
yeah,
times too.
yeah. Oh, that's Lucy and the mom. So never happened.
Same thing as playgroup. You never remember the parents' names.
Yeah,
It's
but
just the
you remember,
pugs.
yeah. That was really hilarious for me. I was like, oh gosh, okay. I thought we were in trouble. She loves tummy rubs too. When COVID hit, obviously we have to social distance as well. And
Mm,
it's really hard for her when people, when we go for walks, and there's the social distancing and that, and you can't really pet or pat. So she always go near the person, and then sometimes she would try, but because of the social distancing, she'd like,
yeah.
oh, look at me like, oh, they don't really care.
They don't love me no
They don't love
more.
me anymore.
It's so Rachel, who's with us tonight. Her pug Agatha, when they go to what are they called? Oh, it's terrible. Markets.
Yeah.
Agatha goes thinking that basically everyone's there to see her, as
Yes.
opposed to actually going to go to the market. So
Mm.
I can imagine. Must be a black pug thing.
Probably.
That is just amazing. So so if I remember correctly, Lucy's 7.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
She just turned 7 on the 25th of July, and our gotcha day for her is the 20th of July. So 5 days.
So
Then she had a
so
birthday.
all nice and snug. So and obviously I think you guys were in lockdown then, so you couldn't even really do anything
Yeah.
birthday wise. But I do remember the photos. She did have a very nice at home birthday party.
Yes, and we got her. Well, we love this dress. I know you're gonna ask what we love, but
It's
this
all
is the
about
dress.
helping our pugs.
Yes,
Yes.
we love this
The
dress
white
very
wedding
much.
dress, and she does
Yes,
look gorgeous in it. Actually, I
yes,
think I still have from last week the picture of her. There she is in it.
yes. That's the one.
So
She,
yes, and of course smiling
yes,
without fail. So no, she looked beautiful. She had so one of our other friends who I was going to say Rachel just said wow. So it looks like Rachel's going to be looking for a couple of dresses, but one of our other oh God, I'm having a terrible time tonight. One of our other guests, Joanne, she has a little black pug, and they have amazing birthday parties for her every year. So
oh,
I think you two need to meet up on Instagram so you can share
sure.
birthday party photos, because little Willow does exceptionally well, as I have seen Lucy do from her birthday as well. So what was the one thing when you did get a home? And obviously she was still going through fat camp, but what was the one thing, also being a cat person, that Lucy did that you just really weren't expecting?
So when she arrived home, I was thinking I wasn't so sure how she would react with the new environment,
Mm.
and as I've said, I probably have a pet dog, but I'm not really the one looking after like a whole. Like when I was a kid, I've got my mom, I've got my brothers to look after.
Very
But
nice.
yes, and just now I have Lucy to look after, and so I was asking a lot of people like what do I need to have? What will I buy? So she's like my child. So I'm a self-confessed shopaholic. So imagine when I have a child. So everything that I, I go online and shop, so it's all about Lucy. Not
Oh yes.
so yes. So but when she arrived, she just instantly felt at home, and she was checking out the lounge, and then went to the kitchen, of course, look for crumbs. So, but she just fit right in, and I was really really happy. And the first night she slept with us, and then I never really had any problems, and we took her for a walk in the neighborhood the following day, and she was absolutely gorgeous. Apart from the heavy breathing, because she was still a little bit bigger at that time.
Yeah.
But we did a few laps, and then the following day increase it a bit,
Yeah.
and then just build up on that one. So our neighbors pretty much know her, can hear her, and amazingly stops at all houses with dogs. Like probably a dog thing, I suppose. And stir up the barking in the neighborhood. I guess it's just her. But yeah. So it was really good.
No, that's beautiful. It's to be honest, it's rare. Like I've always had rescues, so and each one of them has been very different when they've come home. Sometimes the Winston and Charles didn't know what grass was, so that actually took us a while for them to understand that this green stuff was actually the squishy stuff that they could walk out and play on whenever they wanted to. So and I can imagine with Lucy having sort of come from an older person who may not walk her as much, especially being so active at such a young age. She must have thought that she was in seventh heaven coming home to you.
Nah, she's good. She's been at where she lived before prior to coming to me. She'd already lost a little bit of weight, and so she, well, not terrorized, but she, she's a, what do you call that one? I've always say that one. Only dog syndrome or something. Only child syndrome.
Yes, or small dog syndrome.
Yeah, yes. So she runs the house so really well. But when she came to us, she just instantly knew where to go and have her puppy eyes to get her way, but not with food, unfortunately, at that time. But now she just stares at you and very, very on time. 5 a.m. That's it. 5 a.m. for breakfast and no ands, ifs, or buts.
Can't stretch it out. I've taken to just ignoring.
If you do miss that one, she's not gonna talk to you for an hour. She will sulk. Yeah, no, she will sulk and then she will stare at you like laser eyes, and then she's not gonna budge. And that happens too when we go and we will not take her, like just say for the grocery, just for a quick, on the weekends.
Yeah.
When you come back, she's not gonna talk to you if you're not taking her with you. So it's really it's like a child.
No. So
looking at me.
Come here. You're talking about me, Mum. So I actually met you at Pugaween last year. So
Yes.
Lucy was a winner. So and I have to admit, like, all of us, all the organisers were so happy that we decided to push out the choosing to the masses, and it was all by popular vote. Because there were so many great choices, but you actually made your outfit for Lucy, or sort of partially made it. So tell us about it.
So during the Pugaween, I think there were 3 of us who were trying to make it. Where I work, we have got a lot of Halloween costumes and props. So I asked our lifestyle coordinator, "Hey, can I bring some of the Halloween things that you decorate, and then I'll bring it back. I promise." So I was on an advantage in that part because we have all the cobwebs and the eyeballs and all those spidery thing.
Yeah.
And then all we need is Lucy to sit down. But I have one of my friends who works there as well, and she was the one taking photo. Shout out to Christy. And then she was from Nitro. I said, "Christy, come here. You need to take the photos because I'll be the one showing the food." So she'll sit down. And then Gladys was there as well. And then I was like, "Okay, this is a 3-man show and we can do this one." So off we go. And it was really good because, well, Lucy, if she actually likes to dress up. If you show her an outfit, she knows that it's either she's going somewhere or she's gonna be given a treat. So it's a no-brainer for her.
Seems like a fair trade. Seems like a fair trade to me.
She's like, "Come here."
No, she's just still not interested. She can't see the fans, therefore there are no fans. Is that? Oh, Joanne said she's now following you, so she'll be able to follow back. I did. Same with Aggie. Apparently, she knows that and I have to admit, Rosie and Charles are the same. All my pugs have known that the second the wardrobe where all their clothes are in, the second that door opens, there's a pretty good chance we're going somewhere that includes food or attention.
Yeah.
So why not? Why not? When they're your fur kids, why can't you just give them that nice little bit? So as we did allude to before, Oh, she's back.
She's back.
Hey, she's back. She's not quite sure about herself in the mirror, though, or in the video. So we did quite allude to it before because obviously she's wearing a Pug Party's outfit, which I do appreciate. And the second I saw then that she was dressed up in that, I had to obviously put Rosie in hers just so that the girls could twin, even though I have to admit Lucy is putting Rosie to shame because she's still awake, whereas Rosie is fast asleep on my lap. If you can't hear her, she's actually to the point where her head is hanging over the side of my leg. Oh no! Apparently Lucy's not happy.
She's looking at the no, not chicken nuggets. No, chicken nuggets.
Nana.
That's not chicken nuggets. That's nanners.
Nana.
You want nanners? You want some nanners? No. Oh, okay.
So what is her favorite outfit? Because I ask everyone, so I have to give you the right to say.
Yes. No, I mean, no bias at all. Just because Pug Parties invited us, but I've always had an eye with the our favorite color is obviously yellow.
Yes,
So,
I noticed.
it's
It's
not
a
that
beautiful
obvious.
color.
It's not an obvious. But we love the lemon tutu because it just fits perfectly in Lucy. And we've actually won a lot. Well, not won, but we always wear it on occasions. And when we visit the homes, we have that on, and everybody just smiles because they can't believe, how cute she is in it. So it was really really good. So we love that one. And then the second one is the white dress. It's
Yes.
for those birthdays and Christmases.
And she looks gorgeous in both of them. I am very jealous. I was going to say, well, Alison said, and I agree, yellow is very much a happy color.
Yes.
Totally agree. I can't wear yellow, which really disappoints me.
Why not?
It doesn't suit my colouring, unfortunately. That's why I have Rosie actually wearing them. And Lynn did want me to put up that she couldn't. She actually started laughing when there was no chicken nuggets to look on the young lady's face. Poor old Lucy was most unimpressed. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's just been wonderful talking to you again. And obviously, fingers crossed, we have Pugaween again this year.
Yeah.
Even if it is online, sometimes we have to adapt and overcome to whatever's going on at the time. And I know that Joe and I had a great time last year, so we'll probably be doing the same thing again. So I cannot wait to see
you've got something
Lucy's
prepared
outfit.
already.
Already planned. I'm sure. I think Rosie and Charles always get a bit disappointed that they're instantly disqualified because they're Pug supermodels. So they don't get to. They're not allowed to. But it's been wonderful having you both on the show. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I hope everyone had as good a time as I did getting to know Lucy and Ivy. We'll be hanging around after the show to read and respond to everyone's messages. So please say hello if you haven't already. If you had fun tonight and you would like to share your pug life with other pug parents like Lucy and Ivy have done tonight, then we'd love to have you on the show. And all it takes is an email or a DM and I'll be in contact with you. Please invite your friends and family to come and join us. Hello, puppy. And I'd love it if you'd leave a review on our Facebook page so other pug parents can see what they're missing out on. And finally, I'd like to introduce Gigi, who is next week's little cutie, and her mum, Lyndall, who will be our guests next Sunday night, which I hope to see you there. So now, Puggies, have a pawsome week, and humans, be generous with the snackies. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya. See ya, bye-bye.